All right, we're recording, so thank you everybody for coming to the July World of Wildlife. This is organisation that we started in COVID that Dr Wong from the Borneo and Sun Bear Conservation and I started in COVID because we wanted to give wildlife people a bit of a way to gather. Now I've got an interesting picture up on the screen today. I don't know if anyone knows what this is. Can anyone tell me what creature this is?
Komodo dragon, I guess.
Komodo dragon, no.
Right now, I forget.
What is it?
What?
Something beginning with T.
Yeah, tardigrade.
Tardigrade?
Tardigrade. Well done, you got it. This is a tardigrade, and its other non-official name is a water bear. Okay, so water bears are microscopic creatures that live in moss, and they can live forever in dried moss, and eventually when water hits the moss, they actually take on several times their weight in water and turn into this little creature. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
They've got 8 legs. They're actually an animal, they're not an insect, and pretty incredible. They can survive in your freezer, they can survive on every continent on earth, and they live in moss. So if anyone's got a microscope handy, grab some moss. The way to find them is to leave your moss soaked for a couple of days and then squeeze the water out, put that water and the little bits of dirt that come with it under a microscope, and you should be able to see these fellas. Bit of fun. All right, so for those of you I haven't met yet, my name is Dr. Sarah Pye. I'm the author of all these books. The way this works is that I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on what I've been doing for the last month. Then I'll pass over to my co-host, Dr. Wong in Borneo, who'll tell us a little bit about what's going on with sun bears and the sun bears in his care. And then we've got our guest speaker. So I'll introduce our guest speaker when we get to that. Okay. So first, my little update. You'll notice that the majority of these books are written about Dr. Wong or Wildlife Wong. So they're all about his adventures with different species in the jungle. There's one that stands out that's slightly different, and that's Wildlife Curious Kai Asks Why. Now you'll see that I've got a couple of interesting things going on this page, because in the last month, 2 incredible things have happened. Curious Kai Asks Why tells the story about a young girl who travels around Queensland meeting scientists and learning about all the crazy critters in my state. It has been recognised in 2 ways this month, which is very, very exciting. One thing, there was a finalist in the Sunshine Coast Biosphere Awards as a knowledge innovator, so that was very cool. And the book has been also shortlisted in the 2026 Speech Pathology Australia Book of the Year Awards. So that one will be announced in October, and I'll keep you guys posted. But very, very excited to get to that stage, even if we don't get any further. That's a nice thing. Lots of other things have been happening this month. So there's another book that I just published together with Albert Teo, who many of you know because he's been a speaker at our organization. This is a book that talks about the 2 resorts that he created, or 2 lodges that he created, one on the Kinabatangan River and one on the edge of Tarban Wildlife Reserve, which we'll probably hear a bit more about from Wong, because things have been happening there with Wong as well this month. So Tim's Tiny 10 is a way of engaging children with the tiny creatures, not just the big orangutans and elephants and sun bears, but the tiny creatures that they can see when they're actually visiting the resorts. So we had the launch of this book this month, and this is our launch. You can see we've got our 10 tiny creatures were featured, and in the bottom right hand corner you can see Tim is the dad and William is the son. They're featured in the story, and this was absolutely wonderful when William read from the book for the people in the launch. So that was really, really a cool event. There's the award ceremony that I was part of, which was really fun. I lost out as a knowledge innovator to that amazing gentleman there, Kerry Neal. Kerry Neal is a gubby man from the Sunshine Coast. He runs a thing called Tribal Link, where he engages people in Indigenous culture, but also connection to country. He's going to come and talk to us about that in the next couple of months. So he's a friend of mine, and I was lucky enough 10 years ago to help him write the feasibility study for his organization. So I didn't win, but I felt like I'd won because it was almost like my organization as well, which is very cool. There's the shortlist that we're in, so keep fingers crossed on that one. I've also launched a brand new prospectus of all the things that I do in schools and after school cares, vacation cares. So there's a QR code if any of you would like to have a bit more of a look at that. It's quite large. It's getting larger by the minute. So a digital version is wonderful.
Interesting. 2 of those authors are from Sunshine Coast.
Oh, which ones?
The Feathers of Firewood. I just finished reading it last night, actually.
Was it good, Jenny? What did you think?
I don't like to say in a public forum.
Okay, you can tell me later. Give me a rundown later. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I've read 1, 2, 3, 4 of the books on that list.
Oh, well done. I'll talk to you later because I'd love to hear more, and then I'll probably go to the library and get as many out as I can manage.
Yeah.
But thank you. Thanks for bringing that up. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So another thing I did this month that was new, I run a workshop for children called Rainforest in a Jar, where I teach them all about how rainforest works, and then they build a terrarium. It's something I do in schools, and I do overseas as well as in Australia. And I'm doing it in after school care and vacation care at this time of year when school's not in. However, last Sunday, we launched the same thing, but for adults. It's not called a rainforest in a jar. It's called a plant and sip. So plant and sip, people get to learn about rainforests and build their own terrarium as long as they're sipping a glass of champagne at the same time. So it was a really fun thing to do. It was our first one and it was super successful. So hopefully that'll grow a little bit as well. It's like education by stealth, I think. That's the concept behind that one. 2 days ago, I was presenting at the Canasta 73 conference in Brisbane. This is a conference for science teachers in Australia, and I was presenting on the idea of bringing narratives into the classroom and how they can best do that to actually engage children in science. So that went really well too. All right, that's me done. Now I'll pass over to my co-conspirator here, Dr. Wong Suti, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what's happening at Camp Tenom, Wong. So what would you like to tell us about that?
Okay, hi. Good. Well, obviously I'm in the car right now.
That's okay.
Yeah. And yes, Camp Tenom. So 3 days ago I brought Manja, this little sunbear cub that we rescued on February of 9th, early this year, to Camp Tenom in Tabin Wildlife Reserve for the soft release program. And I post some videos and story about the transportation. It was quite a transportation, because we have not done that before, because we are literally push it to the limit. She's a 10 kilogram bear now. When we first rescued her on February, she weighed 2.2 kilogram, tiny little thing. And then the first month she did not win any gate. We almost lost her. Her condition was so bad. But after a month, she finally stable and then gained weight every day. And then right now she become a 10 kilogram bear. And then, so we thought she can manage, being put in a dog transportation crate. But of course, right now she's 10 kilos. She's aware of the environment. And then, she was like crying all the way for like 3 or 4 hours. So yeah, we feed her with banana. We are running out of banana. We feed her with honey. We're running out of honey. But luckily we managed to get there in time, and she's finally being placed in the forest setting, and looks surprisingly she's very get used to the new environment, and then although Pitang was still there. Pitang right now is a big bear now. She's fully grown. She's more than what, 30 kilograms now. Yeah. And
Wow.
then yeah, Pitang is big. Tenom, of course, Tenom already out a long time ago, and then already established her home range. So Manja is occupying the space left by Tenom, and hopefully the whole process of slow release, rehabilitations ongoing, and everything goes smoothly. And then and right now Pitang is just waiting for time to be getting more and more independent, spending more time in the forest, getting more time in the forest, and eventually live like a wild bear like Pitang. And Pitang right now seems like she already established a site in Tabin, and then she always hang around here. And although there has been two time, including last week when I was there, early this month when I was there. That day she encountered a wild sun bears and got bitten on the face. Like being, yeah. And then we have been our team has been treating her with iodine. We're afraid that if there are flies getting in, lay eggs, the maggot will start eating the flesh. Then it will become a little bit tricky or slow down the process of healing. And the report from the field team yesterday or today says that the scar already dried up. Yeah, so it is yeah, she's doing okay. She need to for Tinam, she need to learn how to survive in the forest, and there is so much thing that we can do for her, but she still need to do her part as the bears, to communicate, to interact, to establish their hierarchy or establish a home range with other bears, to be a sun bear, so to speak, to all this bad business that we cannot teach her how to do. She need to deal with that. And then
Do you know the wild bear? Do you have any idea which bear it
we
is?
got we got no idea. There's we have a few video footage, but still cannot recognize which bear it is. Yeah, we have been trying to trap the wild bears in the area for the last few years now, and we still have no success on trapping the wild bears. Finger crossed, we will continue the trapping so that we know everybody in that area. Yeah.
Okay, so if you trap them, then you'll take DNA samples and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So take DNA
What else are
sample.
the reasons that you want to trap?
What a while, because we need to know which bear who is in the area,
Yeah.
so that we have an idea where they are, and
Mhm.
then in order to map up the wild bear distribution, and then maybe one of the male bear in the area one day made it with Tenom, and Tenom pregnant and have kids, and then we still continue monitor uh,
Yeah.
her biology or ecology, and that would help us paint the entire picture of a sun bear life history in the rainforest, where no one have done that before. So Tenom is our hope, because I'm sure that we can learn so much thing from her, living in the forest, where we still can allow people to get close. And then yeah, so in the past, before the establishment of BSBCC, this kind of thing is virtually impossible to done by, like, say, researchers or PhD students or master students. Right now with the BNCCC, and then we have the capacity to support long-term field research. Imagine that this field research is running for another 10 more years. Then the informations that we gather is going to be immense, and it will help a lot understand a lot on the bear biology, and eventually help out with the management and conservations of sun bear, and finger crossed, that is the plan. And then early this year or late last year, we have been have a plan to rebuild that few house in Tarbin, and then because of the stupid war, and I have to hold everything on hold. And right now it seems like, hopefully, the war situation, the price of gasoline, building materials, and everything will resume normal, then I can continue working on the construction project and get it done. Yeah, so that's the hope.
So
Yeah.
is the problem there at the moment, Wong, is actually getting the materials, or is it transporting them, or what's the main
Well,
issue?
right now, the fuel price going up. All right, right.
Yeah.
Starting from July 1st,
Yeah.
my truck diesel in Sabah, instead of paying 2 ringgit and 15 cent, right now I'm paying 3 ringgit and 98 cent.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
almost double, overnight. So presumably because of that, all the building material will be increased. And then a few months ago, during the war started, there's a lot of contractor mentioning that they have been having hard time on shipping like cement, building materials because of the war. Shipping route has been disrupted. So this kind of thing, and then the price go up. Yeah, so things like that. So I need to.
I think
So
people don't think that, do they? When we talk war, we tend to think from the human conflict angle, and we never really think about animals and wildlife enough.
yes, an impact to, say wildlife conservation project, because
Yeah.
a lots of the thing, that we need may be affected by a side effect or collateral damage from a war, so that sort of thing. Yeah,
How can we help you then, apart from funds? I mean, obviously funds is a really good thing. Is there anything else we can do apart from give you more money to be able to do it?
I don't know. I still need money.
Money will do.
Yeah. Money will do. Money will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I anticipating, because of this price in diesel, gasoline increases, and then they'll trigger domino effects of everything's will be more expensive, and then building materials difficult to get hold of and things like that. Yeah. And then,
Absolutely.
yeah, and then beside Camp Tenom, of course, you heard about the passing of Amako, and then on May, the passing of Sigalong. So we lost 2 bears over the last 2 months or so. Yeah.
Yes.
So
And was
yeah.
that? Do we know what the problem was? Was it old age? Was it something else?
Yeah, Amako is definitely old age. Yeah,
Yeah.
Amako is definitely he is 33 years old, and then a lots of body organs just
Just giving up.
just giving up, is too old. Yeah, so just giving up, and then Sigalong, he died from a cardiac arrest, and then we still do not know what is the cause. So he was completely normal the day before, and then the next day we found him dead. In this case, just like that, there's no sign of snake bite, no sign of everything, and then we do necropsy, and then found out that there are some problem with the heart. It's like cardiac arrest or something like that. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. But when you've got that many bears, something it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lost several over time. On the good side, the good news, I just heard from Ilka Brown, who actually was one of our speakers in the past and did research with you. She's just submitted her honours thesis, which is titled "The Bare Necessities of In Situ Rehabilitation in the Bornean Sun Bears." So there we go.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. She just sent it to me.
Oh,
And,
good. Yeah, I was in her presentation this morning.
Oh, really good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So it'd be really good to hear from her on, and I'm hoping that she'll come back and tell us a little bit more about her research. So that's good news. That's good news.
Yeah.
Who has questions for Wong? I know that there must be more of you that have got questions, not just me. So I'm going to move us back to a gallery view. I also know that Peter spent time with you recently. So Peter, you might want to chime in as well.
Yeah, Peter will visit us for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Good to see you again, Peter.
Well, it's always a privilege, absolute privilege. Such a joy to work with the team, all the rest of it. I just haven't got words to thank you enough for the work you all do, the love there, the fun we have. It's just amazing. Please, all of you, I strongly urge, if you can do it, go and volunteer with Wong and his team. It's such a joy, such a joy.
How many times have you done it now,
and a
Peter?
privilege. seven times.
7. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you had a birthday while you were there, didn't you?
Yes, yes. We went on a road trip to the southern Brunei with Mark, and celebrated last night in by myself.
Oh, we're losing you a little bit, but yeah, it's really good to hear that you were there again. That's fabulous. Now, who's got questions for Wong about what's going on?
I have a question. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. I was wondering how Sandokan is.
Oh, Sanokan is doing good. You know, she has been a very good playmate with Manja all this time, and then we failed to kind of difficult to bring her out because she was quite big already, and then we try to because we cannot walk her from the quarantine area to the forest. Like so that day, there was one day where we tried to, where the keeper tried to put her in the crate, and then she don't like the crate to be transported to the forest, and when they're in the forest, and it's difficult to put her back in the crate again, so things like that. Yeah, so she's still in the quarantine area. So we try to hope to, get things moving so that she can be moved down to bear house number 2, and then from a group over there. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So she's not a candidate to go down to Camp Tenom.
Well, no, I did. Well, right now we don't have the space until
Yeah.
Pitang is independent. But until Pitang is independent, I think Sandokan is too big already
Right.
to do the soft release, because she need to bond with somebody, and then actually Tenom no yeah, so she by the time she'll be too big already. Too big already
Right.
is actually walking them in the forest can be quite dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous for the keeper. Yeah, we've got to
Yeah.
remember we're dealing with dangerous animals here, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's great to see that everybody is getting the water tubs to paddle in as well.
Oh yeah. So because I've keeping hearing this news about, Super Onion is developing. It's going to be very hot. It's going to be super hot. So that's why I bought many of the water tub and then planted in the forest here and then, so that they can have additional open water. If they want to drink, they can drink. If they want to, soak into the tub, they can do that.
That's good.
Yeah, just an option, because we see the rainforest here in Sepilo is getting drier and drier. Although the last few days we have had some rain, but over the last 10 years it has been abnormally dry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a worry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else for questions for Wong? Thanks for that one, Claire.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have a quick
you
question.
mentioned it's been very dry. Sorry.
It's okay. You go ahead, Rhonda.
Go, Rhonda.
No, you were just mentioning it's been very dry. Have you had anything like that disastrous year that you had some time ago when the fig fruiting failed and so many animals depending on the fig fruits succumbed to that?
Yeah, so back in 1999, I recorded a famine in the forest, and that was the last time where we record famines. And why is because of the fig wasps gone look like sting. Why gone look like sting is because of the forest fire that create a lot of smoke, haze, kill off the fig wasps, and it create a cascading effect. This time we have not seen it yet. However, if this super El Nino progress, if there are forests burning in this region, and what happened back in 1999, 1997, 98 will happen again, and it will be bad, so when our rainforests accumulate so much fuel, so many leaves, so many vegetation, so many woody debris, so many organic material, when it dries, when it burns, it's going to be really bad. Yeah, so hopefully, I'm wrong, hopefully the scientist is wrong. Hopefully we still have our rain in the rainforest, and we hope for the best, but we need to get ready for the worst.
Yeah. Well, hope
Yeah,
you have a
that's
good
great.
wet year soon.
Yeah.
I was just curious about the soft release because I heard you mention that. What does that involve when you do a soft release? And other people might know the answer because they've been to these talks before, but I haven't. So how do you do a soft release with the bears?
So the soft release is we bring the bear cub into the forest. There's a camp, there's a cage, there's a big cage where the bears will hold on at nighttime, and then the keepers live in a camp with the bears in the forest, and every day they walk the bear, walk the bear, walk the bears until the bear cub growing from tiny little cub into an adult bears. And at one time it's just like us, we tell our mom, bye bye mom, I'm leaving, get independent life. And that's how we try to mimic the natural process of a bear cub, live with mom until slowly they get bigger, have more resources, have more knowledges to survive, and then they leave their surrogate mother, which is our bear keeper, and then live like a wild bear. That's a soft release. Yeah, it takes several years to make that happen. Whereas our hard release that we did in the past, our bear cub is raised at the Bonin Sabai Conservation Center. We will raise them until they reach adulthood, and then when the times come, we assess their behaviors. We think that this bear is a good release candidate, and then we bring them right into the middle of the forest and literally dump them there, release them, and without any intervention or without any support after the release. Yeah. And then the soft release after the bears, like Tenom right now, although she did not come back, we still go and check on her, still go and feed her some food, from time to time. So she still got some support over the over the years. Yeah.
And the other plus is with that is that there's less human contact, isn't it? It's really that there's only
Yeah.
one person that they're contacting with, so that when they're released, they're not tending to try and go and find humans for things, which is problematic.
Yeah. I have to say that Tenom has been very good bear candidate. I mean, for soft release, because she would not like actively play with the surrogate mother. She would not go to the like nearby. There's a resort, Tabin Wildlife Resort. She did not go to people's place to look for food, and she's very wary about stranger.
That's
And
brilliant.
which means that the work that we do, we try to keep her contact with minimum numbers of people. There's only like 5 people that she saw over the years. Even every time I go there, I have to be like hiding, because when she was 8 months old, I went to see her, and when the first time she saw me, after 2 months did not see me, she was not happy. She was not happy when I was there, and then she tried to charge me, and I said, "Ooh, it can be bad if she want to charge me." Yeah.
That's great. That's good news though when she does that, right? It's very good
Yeah.
news. All right, thank you, Wong. Thanks for that update. It's really good to hear that the soft release program is being so successful, because it's taken so long to get to this. So yeah, well done.